And I learned about risk. So when I first arrived, I was such an outsider. Yet again, I was that outsider looking in. I didn't know anything about anything. And my kids took off so fast before my eyes. They became Canadian. They were in dance and hockey and all sorts of things, and they were gone. And I was very confused about what I wanted because I was left at home. And I said to my husband one day, I really need to do something. I just don't know what that something is. And he said, he wasn't trying to be unkind, but he said, who's going to hire you? And he was right. And so I got really pissed off at him, and I stormed off to the mall for an afternoon of retail therapy. And I saw a sign in the window, and I came home to a job at Danier Leather. And that minimum wage job was the best thing that had ever happened to me. It started this hunger deep inside of me for something that was mine, that I could do. I was only part-time, but I made more commission than anybody in the province of Alberta. And it's because I was so excited. People could see that, and so they bought something from me just because. I loved it so much, and I found this hunger that really motivated me to want to do more. And so I decided to go back to school. But I was still scared. I was still scared of university. I wasn't sure that I was good enough. And when I was a little girl, I used to draw pictures, and my mom would frame them and would put them up on the wall, and she would tell me what an amazing artist I was. My mom is a liar. I was not that good of an artist. However, I went to art school, and I discovered this thing called graphic design and just fell madly in love with it. And so I graduated from the Alberta College of Art and Design. I was by far the oldest student in the classroom, by far, but I loved it. I had such a passion for what I was doing. I could convince people to do what I wanted them to do, and I'd never had that power before. I could get them to buy what I wanted them to buy. I could get them to go eat where I wanted them to eat, and it was such an incredibly powerful feeling to have that kind of influence. And so I started at an agency at the lowest rung, and I started working there, and within a year and a half, I hustled like crazy. And I know we think of hustle sometimes not as a great word. However, the Merriam-Webster dictionary defines hustle as to devote serious and sustained effort or to proceed and move quickly. I hustled. I didn't know a lot about a lot. Like, I had gaps in my knowledge of popular culture, all the things that you guys grew up with growing up. I didn't know those things. I didn't know those bands. I didn't know those movies. I had to learn really fast. I knocked on every single door I could. I offered my help. I asked them how they did things. I pushed past their, what the heck do you want from me? And actually invited them out for coffee. Will you teach me about this? Will you show me this? How about this? And I don't have a filter between my brain and my mouth. That helps a lot when you're trying to hustle. So I learned a lot. I got really involved. And within a year and a half, I was head of the design department at the agency. And within a year and a half after that, I had started my first company. And that was such an incredible feeling. Within a year, we were on the W100 list, which was the most profitable companies in Canada run by a woman. And we were doing really well. I was on a rocket ship. Thank you, thank you, thank you.